Hello, welcome to Pythagorean Theorem Student Handout Lesson 3. We are still focused on our learning objective 8.7c, using the Pythagorean Theorem to solve problems. Today we are working specifically with the application level of using the Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem can be applied to many real-world situations. Use and apply your knowledge of the Pythagorean Theorem to solve each of the problems below. Question 1. Bethany has a circular table that she needs to carry inside of her house. Her rectangular front door has a width of 36 inches and a height of 80 inches. If the table has a diameter of 86 inches, will it fit through the door? That is our question. Here's what we know, and I do recommend that you just draw a little sketch. You just try a different color. There, might see that a little bit better. So you guys know what a door looks like. The door is a rectangle. Typically, they're tall rectangles so that you're able to walk through them. Bethany's door has a width of 36 inches and a height of 80 inches. So let's label that. 36 and 80. That is one of the things that we know. Then it says that if the diameter of the table, and we're going to do a different color. Now we're going to probably draw it up here since we'll have more room. Okay, so we've drawn the circular table and it shows that it has a diameter of 86. So this little scribble up here is 86 inches. Now here's a couple of prior knowledge things that we need to point out. You need to know the shape of a rectangle. You need to be able to label the width and the height. Then when we're focusing on a tabletop, when you're talking about radius and diameter, the shape you're talking about is a circle. Radius is half the distance of a circle, but diameter is all the way across. And then our question is, will this table fit through the door? So let's type a little sentence of what we know, information that we know. Okay, so if we're talking about rectangles and round tables, and this whole unit is called Pythagorean Theorem, we know that a rectangle has 90-degree angles, 4 of them at each corner. So we can use the Pythagorean Theorem to find the diagonal distance of the door. Now, this is what we need to know. Will it fit through the door? Will that table that has a diameter of 86 inches fit through the diagonal distance of the door? So we're going to take that round table, we're going to flip it over on its curved end, and we're going to diagonally slanted move that table through the door. Is the door going to be big enough? In order for it to be a yes, that means that our hypotenuse has to be greater than 86 inches. So let's plan our work. Go ahead and start with the formula, then plug in your values. Okay, so your formula is going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Then plug in your values. You're going to have 36 squared plus 80 squared equals c squared. Now, as you see it, key it in your calculator, and you will get a sum of 7,696, and that is going to equal your c squared. Now, the last step that you're going to do is find the square root of 7,696, round to the nearest tenth if necessary, and you're going to get 87 7/10, and we are dealing with inches, so this is going to be inches. So the hypotenuse, or the diagonal distance of our door, is 87 6/10 inches. Our question was, would our table fit? In order for the table to fit, the diagonal distance, or the hypotenuse, only needed to be 86 inches. So let's go ahead and write our solution in the solution box. Okay, so after planning our work and finding the hypotenuse, or the diagonal distance of the door, our solution is that yes, the round table will fit through the door because the diagonal distance of the door is 87 and 7/10 inches. So the table that has an 86-inch diameter will indeed fit. So let's go ahead and take a look at question 2. Okay, so for question 2, Greg plays baseball at a field where the baseball diamond is a square with each side of the squares measuring 90 feet. If the baseball was thrown from home plate to second base, then from second base to third, how many feet did the baseball travel? Round to the nearest tenth. This is what I want you to do on your own, and we will check this in class. I want you to identify what you know. Okay, hopefully if you've played baseball or softball, you know. And they tell you in the description that a diamond is just a square kind of tilted on its point. You have home base where you bat from. Then the runner runs to first base, second, and then third, and it goes counterclockwise. And there is 90 feet between each of those bases. So go ahead and sketch out a diagram in the plan your work part. Start with your formula, plug in your values, and then identify what you need to know. You're wanting to know what is the total distance between those bases marked from home to second and from second to third. Now, this isn't for the runner. This is for the ball. You are throwing the ball. So it wants to know the distances the ball will travel. We will go over this in class. And let's go ahead and flip over to the back of your notes. Okay, we're going to answer the following questions and round to the nearest tenth when necessary. Number 3. Melissa wants to put a ribbon border around the sign in her classroom, and it is shaped like a right triangle below. If the ribbon cost 82 cents per foot, how much will it cost her to buy the ribbon for her sign? Now we know that you're going to have a dimension of 6 feet and 8 feet, but we don't know what this dimension is right here. And if you use your labeling, you see that we are looking for C, the hypotenuse. So just like we have for all of our other problems, start with your formula. Then plug in your values. After plugging in your values, as you see it, key it in your calculator, and then take the square root to find the missing side length. Okay, you should have gotten that C, the hypotenuse, measures 10 feet. But that's not the answer to your question. They're asking you, if the ribbon cost 82 cents per foot, how much is she going to spend? So I'm going to go ahead and put a dollar sign here so we know that we are looking for a dollar amount. Now, in order to find that, we need to first find the perimeter, and that is going to equal all three sides added together. So 6 plus 8 plus 10. As you see it, key it. What is the perimeter for this rectangular border? So after taking a second to add those up, you should have gotten that it's 24 feet. But we're not done. 1 foot equals 82 cents. We need to know the total cost for the ribbon going around that triangular border. So you're going to have to take the 24, which is the perimeter around it, multiply that by the 82 cents, which is the cost per foot, to get the total dollar amount. Go ahead and take a second to do that. Write your answer on your answer box and come back and check your work. Pause the video now. Okay, you should have gotten that the total cost of the ribbon to put the border around that sign is going to be $19.68. Okay, we're going to skip question 4 and let's go ahead and take a look at number 5. It says a square sandbox in Trisha's backyard has an area of 81 square feet. Find X, the diagonal length of the sandbox. So first, I want you to realize that if they're giving you the area, they have already multiplied side times side to get that area. So you need to find the square root of 81, which is going to give you a side length of 9 feet. Now that you know the side length, that means that the A is 9, and it also means that your B is 9. Now, given that your A and your B are 9, plug those in to your Pythagorean theorem. As you see it, key it, and then you will get that X, I'm going to put in parentheses C, because it is your Pythagorean, or it is your hypotenuse, sorry, is going to equal 12 and 7/10 feet. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to show me the work on your paper that is going to get the answer of 12 and 7/10, and then we will review that in class. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. We're going to do question 8, and then that'll be it for this notes. Okay, Lincoln is building a wooden garage door in the shape of a rectangle with a width of 16 feet and a height of 8 feet. So that is your A and your B. And as always, go ahead and start with your formula. Go ahead and write your formula down. So 16 feet and 8 feet are going to be your legs because that is the width and the height of the door. Plug those values in, and then as you see it, key it. I want you to go ahead and find what the hypotenuse is for the diagonal distance of this garage door. After you've completed the work, resume the video, but go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, so you should have gotten that C equals 17 and 9/10 feet. If you didn't quite round it all the way, you would have gotten 17.8885. That should be what's on your calculator. But our final question is, how many feet of material will he need for the X? So that 17 and 9/10 is just one diagonal. But if he's forming an X, that means that you're going to need to take that 17 and 9/10. You're going to multiply it by 2 because you have 2 of them, and then round to the nearest tenth. The total amount of material that is going to be needed is going to be about 35 and 8/10 feet. That is how much material he's going to need to cover the X. So that concludes your notes for today. Please make sure you go back and finish number 5, and I am looking for you to complete number 2 on your own in class. Real quick, go ahead and write a sentence summarizing what you think about applying the Pythagorean theorem. And I want this to be something personal to you. So how are you personally going to use the PT theorem, or how does it affect your sports or house? Anything else you can think of. I just want to know how you see the Pythagorean theorem in your life. Okay, so that is what I want you to answer down here on the bottom. Maybe we can share this in class if you're comfortable. Thank you. That concludes your notes. Bye-bye.